Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to the Toon Review for the latest Newcastle United news. We're back again with a question, really. A question of, should we be bringing in a new right winger? Now, I've banged on about this for a long time. So has a lot of Newcastle United fans. It is clear that we need to bring somebody in. But as usual, Newcastle United are still claiming that nobody will come in. That doesn't matter if Miggy leaves. It doesn't matter if Lloyd Kelly leaves or anybody leaves for that matter. Newcastle United are still adamant they will not be bringing anybody in. Now, I'm asking the question this morning regarding Ryan Cherki at Lyon. Now, this kid is an incredible player. Absolutely incredible player. His attitude has been questioned, but so had Anthony Gordon's before we signed him. Quite frankly, I couldn't give a monkey's arse about attitudes right now. I give a shit about bringing players in who are going to do a job for Newcastle United. I couldn't give a damn about rumours of bad attitudes. Because, listen, Cherki is wanted by massive clubs across Europe. That tells me that clubs really don't pay any attention to this rumour about bad attitudes and all of this kind of crap. They want a player who is multi-talented and can play Eddie Howe's system. This is the thing. He's played 4-3-3 for Lyon all season. He's got 5 goals. He's got 7 assists. And he's played the majority of the time on the right-hand side. This is a player who could become an absolute wonderful player at Newcastle United. And Lyon have announced this morning that they are willing to let him go for an absolute bargain. Because I think Lyon are needing the money. Are needing the money urgently. They are some of the French clubs are literally skint. Literally skint. And are looking for big teams in Europe to come and offer for some of their players. Cherki is one of them. Anybody that's seen this kid play football knows how talented he is, knows exactly what he's all about, and knows what a job he'd do for Newcastle. Certainly as a fan of Newcastle, I see this kid as one of the big answers to bring in. £18.6 million is the price that Lyon have quoted to bring in Ryan Cherki. 18.6 million. Now, I know a lot of people say we're skint. But if we can get a couple of players out the door, well, actually, we're not skint, are we? Because it's you know, we've got the richest owners in the world. We just can't freaking spend the money because of stupid PSR. However, if we do get a couple of players out the door, that would certainly open up options to bring somebody in. And listen, Murphy's done a wonderful job. Do not get me wrong. But if we're talking about Ryan Cherki, it's a different kettle of fish, man. And it's so frustrating when every day we go straight on the news as Newcastle fans to see if there's anybody who may be coming to the club or is there a possibility. And all you see from the journalists is Newcastle stipulate that they will not be bringing anybody else in. Myself, I don't believe this shit, by the way. I still think we bring somebody in. There's no way after that performance on Saturday that we can risk not bringing anybody in. Even if it's just one goddamn player. Because if we don't bring anybody in, a couple of injuries, we are screwed again. And lessons will not have been learnt from last season, when we had a massive injury crisis. This time around, we have got options. We are attractive now. We're up at the top end of the table. Yes, forget about Saturday's defeat. Look at how we've performed lately. Players will be attracted to Newcastle United. And players like Ryan Cherki would be an incredible, incredible signing. But, you know what, I just wanted to put the question out there to you guys this morning. Where do you stand on it? You know, now Lyon have announced this morning that valuation, because they are desperate for money. And one of their best players, one of the top players around at the minute for me, because he's just a fantastic footballer, is available for less than 20 million quid. I just think it's a no-brainer that we should be in there. But obviously some of the other big boys across Europe and Germany have been mentioned. Leverkusen, I think, and another club in Germany, not Bayern Munich, but another club. Couple of ones in Italy, maybe. But listen, it's the Premier League. We all know a lot of players want to play there. And Cherki has said in the past that he would love to play in the Premier League. It said that in the reports that I've read this morning. You know, in the past, Cherki has been quoted as saying how brilliant the Premier League is and how much he'd love to play there. This kid is 21 for less than 20 million quid because Lyon need the cash. I just think it's a no-brainer. But again, I mean, are you frustrated? I mean, look, Eddie Howe can come out and say what he wants because he's not privy, obviously, to the transfer process at Newcastle. He's said that many times in his press conferences that he doesn't pay any attention. He's not privy to any negotiations or anything like that. He's asked about players and he gives his feedback. But it's Mitchell, etc., who are the ones that go out and get these players. But Cherki's been playing in the formation and the same kind of system that Newcastle United play. I just really want to see us try and get somebody in. Just go and try and get somebody in because I don't want to sit here and I'm sure you lot as fans out there will not want another situation where we get a couple of injuries that ravage through our first team and we haven't got the quality to come in and we end up slipping down the league. All the good work of the last few weeks will be taken away. I think we've got a fantastic first 11. Don't get me wrong, our strongest first 11 can compete with anybody. Absolutely. However, it's after that first 11 that you have to start worrying about injuries and what we've got quality-wise on the bench. There's a couple of them, but not a full bench. And I just think Cherki would be a fantastic option. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, Lloyd Kelly's situation still hasn't exactly been solved. Of course, it broke yesterday that Juventus want to sign the 26-year-old defender, who, of course, Newcastle United got for nothing in the summer. Now, there's various reports out there, depending on what you believe, because a lot of people are saying that Newcastle want around 15 to 16. Juventus have only offered 12 to 13. Then there's other reports saying that Newcastle United would look at a loan deal for him with forcing the club who loan him to buy him in the summer for 30 million. And I think that is a stretch. I think that is a massive stretch for Newcastle to ask for 30 million. If we can get 15 for Lloyd Kelly, a player that we paid bugger all for, and given the wages he's on, I think it's a no-brainer, guys. And if it opens up the option to buy somebody like a Ryan Cherki, then I will drive Lloyd Kelly to Italy myself if I have to. I mean, come on. Let's look at this logically, guys. We paid nothing for him. He's not getting anywhere near a start in the team. Certainly now that Botman's back, he's pushed further down the block. And he's got an option to go and play in Serie A for Juventus. But Newcastle seem to be asking for just a little bit too much money. I mean, look, 12 to 13 million is the banded valuation around that Juventus have put in for him. So, I don't know what the problem is here because we got him for nothing. And this will free up money for PSR. It'll free up the wages. My God, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm not privy to it. But surely they've got to consider this seriously. And not... The one thing we haven't got to do in this whole Lloyd Kelly situation is piss Juventus off and say, right, you know, they've offered 12, 13. And we then say, no, we want 15. Why? It's a free... We got him on a free. We're making a massive amount of money here. So I think 12 to 13, if that's what Juventus want to pay and that's their highest they'll go to, let him go. Let him go. But, you know, he must be sick as a pig at the minute because, of course, Fenerbahce move didn't come off. They've turned their attentions elsewhere now, but Fenerbahce apparently were only offering 8 million. So we don't want to piss Juventus off and just close this deal down. I think this is an option to sell a player and be able to bring somebody in. And when you look at a player like Ryan Cherki available for that price, go and get him. Now, Alex Murphy is also heading out of Newcastle United. He is heading to what looks like a loan deal to Bolton for the rest of the season. The 20-year-old hasn't been able to get into the first team at all. Listen, this kid is talented. We've seen Alex Murphy play in friendlies, etc., and look really good. And very composed, whether it be full-back or centre-back. But the problem is now is the amount we've got there and the quality that we have now. And Alex Murphy's been on the bench a few times this season, but he's never been able to manage to break into that first-team setup. And that's been, I think, a big frustration for Alex Murphy, that a 20-year-old, he wants to start getting regular football. And I think the move to Bolton is a good one. I think they're around 9th in the league, where they're in League One. So... I think they're in League One anyway. But you know what? It doesn't matter really where they are if he gets first-team football. the question is, does he have a future at Newcastle United? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure because of who would probably be looking for when we do eventually look at another centre-back coming in. Alex Murphy may find it very difficult, but you know, you never know. He certainly looked like he had the talent when he played in the friendlies. Now, finally, there's nothing on Miggy either. I mean, this was expected. I said before the weekend that maybe they were waiting for the game against Bournemouth to get out the way and done with and then concentrate on getting Miggy's transfer done to Atlanta. Nothing, as I record this video, has been done yet. That may change through the course of the day. But if you're watching this on Monday afternoon, we have another Newcastle United news show live at 7 o'clock tonight with myself and Alex. Hopefully, I think Lady Sam might be joining us for that one. But look, we're going to talk about it all, go more detail into these stories as well. So make sure you join us at 7 o'clock for that. But if you have enjoyed this video, guys, please do, as usual, hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, why not come and join a fantastic community here by hitting the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. We are back tonight, like I say, at 7 o'clock. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments below what you think of the stories today. And we will see you again at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take care.